My name is James Blackburn. I live and work in the American Southwest. As a result, I have the good fortune to be able to travel to a variety of beautiful locations. As a professional filmmaker, I document my life through video adventures and I share them with the world. Stay tuned as I travel through the world of movies and the beautiful outdoors. Thanks for watching the James Blackburn Experience. Hello everybody, coming to you live from the top of the Sandia Mountains right now. It is July 9th, 2016. I'm here on a legendary fun day for YouTube community here in New Mexico. I got some other YouTubers with me. We're going to go do a hike. Here's the first one. This is Matt from Southwest Backpacker. You probably recognize him from last year from the Cabazon hike.
Thumbs up.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
If you could tell folks about your channel real quick.
Yeah, my name is Roger, and my channel is Knynman Rog YouTube channel, and it's Knynman. Go there and you can see some cool videos.
Hey, hi YouTubers. It's Earthplay over the beautiful city of Albuquerque on Sandia Crest. Stay tuned.
We're going to have a great hike. We're doing the North Crest Trail today, so stay tuned because it's going to be really beautiful.
Done most of the Longest Trail, but not the North Crest Trail.
Okay, this one's a good one. Well, folks, we're heading down to the beginning of the North Crest Trail right now, and as you're up here, you can see this from Albuquerque. It's the radio towers. Probably not legal to film them, but I'm going to show them to you anyway. So, as I said on the Cabazon hike, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and we're like 100 steps into it already, so we're like on a good start here, heading that way. Okay, so you got to walk down the road a little ways to get to the beginning of the trail. North Crest Trail number 130. See, right there, that's where we're at. Foot travel welcome. We're going to be doing some of that with the feet, I'm sure. Here's the map. We're going to be heading north on this trail. Just a second. First part of this trail is next to the radio towers. As you can see, the fence here kind of blocks it off. So I believe, if I remember correctly, we have about a quarter mile of this before we get into the real deep, beautiful pine forest here on top of the Sandia Mountains. So if you're curious about the Sandia Mountains, look them up online. Sandia is Spanish for watermelon. And the crest, where we did the intro of the show, 10,678 feet. So almost 2 miles above sea level. I can feel the thin air up here, but it's good. It feels nice, and I'm excited and glad to be here. And the fence continues. But it will be ending here shortly, and then we'll be in the regular pine forest. You have my word. It'll be beautiful. Tell this is a beautiful trail. A lot of heavy forest. Like I said before, we're about 2 miles above sea level, about 1 mile above Albuquerque. It's not the highest peak in the state, but it's a pretty good sized one. So in a mountain environment, you can tell fences are not safe. Trees fall all the time. I bet this made a lot of noise even if there was no one here. Continuing to move. There it is, we're at the end of the fence finally, where it becomes official forest from here on out. Now, not all the trail is this heavily covered in forest. Here in a little while we'll come out to a clearing and we'll be able to show you guys some of the rock formations from the top of the mountains here, as well as the city down below. Should be pretty cool. Stay tuned, or else you won't. I really love this trail. It's just Every time I come up here, I think it might be one of my favorites in the whole Sandia Mountains. Yep, behind the scenes. National Forest Wilderness. Pretty awesome. Cool up here, everything. So nice and shady up here. It's just really keeping the temperature at a perfect level. Alright folks, for those of you who have been watching my videos for a while, you know that I like to do some unusual photography occasionally. Stuff like this. We get a 360 of the whole forest behind me. Whew, a little out of breath because air's thinner up here, but it's pretty awesome. I'm going to do another one of those 360s for you here in a second, once we get to the edge of the mountain. Alright, here you go. North Crest Trail number 130. Del Agua Overlook, 1.5 miles that way. Here comes some hiking men down the trail. Nice. Now that big rock face right there on the other side of the guy that's filming, it's called the Pyramid, and it actually has a bunch of really cool rock climbs up it. And I haven't done it yet, but it's on my list. Matter of fact, I think me and Southwest Backpacker, we were talking about doing the Knife's Edge of the Shield one day. Yes. Which is, it's like 2.5 miles to get up to just the base of that thing.
Just to the base
yeah.
of it. Okay.
So we're gonna stop and take a little break here. As you can see, it's very scenic out here, and you can't help but want to see more. And I'm not talking about butts. See more butts. Down there's Albuquerque. And you can see these trees have just been windblown over the years. They're tough trees though. Alright, now time for some snacks and some drinks. Maybe sit down for a minute. And then we're going to have some deep discussions about the world and everything in it. Probably not. We're just going to talk about the hike. That's cool too. It's a cool tree.
Oh yeah.
It's been there for a while, and it definitely, at the edge of a mountain, you can tell the wind has wreaked some havoc on it.
All the winters it's gone through.
Oh yeah.
Snow that's fallen on it.
It's older than us probably.
Layered and layered.
Alright folks, we're continuing our journey after a short break at a scenic overlook. We are continuing down the trail, and we're going to get to a nice beautiful spot here in a little bit where it's wide open. And we might even have a couple other surprises for you that could be a lot of fun. I know some of these shots look a little repetitious because the mountain looks so much the same in different sections when you're in the forest like this, but I assure you every section, every piece is different. And just being up here in it when it's such a beautiful day, it's incredible. What's this? Maybe an overlook. Let's go see. Yep. There's Albuquerque down below. That little green thing in the middle that curves, that's where the Rio Grande River is at. And over there to the west is Mount Taylor. There you go. I really like these little single track trails like this that are...
This is a nice trail.
Alright folks, we're continuing on the North Crest Trail right now. Really in the thick of the forest right now, as you can see. It's beautiful. You know, a lot of people think that New Mexico's all desert if they haven't been here, but I can tell you that that is not true. I believe the numbers are about 25% of our state is actually forest. And then it's a variety of other surfaces and geological formations, but it's beautiful. I mean, look at this forest up here right now. Totally not what you would expect if you didn't live here. Alright folks, continuing our journey on the North Crest Trail. We're almost 2 miles in, I believe. Should be coming out to the clearing here pretty soon. And it's totally worth the hike because it comes out over Del Agua Canyon and the Sandia Mountains. It's a beautiful view for miles and miles and miles. On a good day, you can almost see to Arizona. So stay tuned for that because that's going to be a lot of fun.
It's dry heat.
Over the years since I've lived in New Mexico, which was 1998 when I moved here, I've hiked almost every single trail in the Sandia Mountains that's on the map, and a few that aren't on the map. Now, I'm not claiming I've hiked the entire length of every trail, because I haven't, but I've hiked sections of each trail, and the reason why I'm telling you this is because the North Crest Trail, the one we're on right now, is indeed one of my favorites. You can see it's just this beautiful forest and a nice single track trail. Can't go wrong. Alright, here is the turnoff for the 10K trail, which is to the right here. So look that one up online, folks, if you get a chance. That's the 10K trail. And over here, though, is the North Crest Trail, and where it opens up at, we're going to go take a look at it. Alright, I haven't been here in years in this exact spot, so I'm glad to be here again. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. There you go. Look at that. That's the top of a tree right there. Now, look how green it is. It's beautiful. I'd love to go do some exploring down in there. Alright folks, well, as promised, I'm going to give you another 360 shot real quick, show you everything that's behind me, just like we did earlier. That might have been a little fast, but you get the idea. This is the true wilderness out here. Sandia Mountain National Forest Wilderness Area. Beautiful. You can see everybody here All 4 YouTube channels are filming simultaneously right now at the edge of the mountain. So it's kind of neat. I'm digging it. Thumbs up, as we all say. Over there's Cabazon Peak. Southwest Backpacker and I did that peak about 1.5 years ago, maybe in March of last year. You can see it's really far away from us. One of the biggest pleasures of hiking is stopping and resting. So we always find nice spots here, shade, rocks and trees and stuff, and just, you know, it's always nice to find a spot where you kind of just do a little bivvy for a few minutes and, you know, really absorb the views. Alright folks, well thanks a lot for joining us on another James Blackburn Experience hike. I'm so glad that you guys came with me today. Be sure to check out all their channels. I'll put them all in the credits and in the description. These guys have wonderful YouTube channels as well, and they feature a lot of the same beautiful places that I feature, but they feature it for more days and they go deeper and further into the mountains a lot of times, so that's always a cool thing. We're going to wrap it up here. We made it to this beautiful overlook. And I just wanted to say thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Had a great time.
Thumbs up.